Okay, hi everyone. I was very called this morning to do a reading. So the reading is going to be, let me just think about it. Is it over for good? So this could be about work, this could be about a person. I'm feeling it's probably going to be to do with a romantic connection, but it could be about anything. So I want you guys to have a second and pick your pile. So this is going to be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. So pick however you feel drawn to pick. I'm just going to connect in, creating a temporary energetic cord between myself and the viewers so that I can deliver the messages, channel through me into the cards in a way that's clear, answering the question fully, creating temporary energetic cords which are severed at the end of the reading, leaving the auric fields intact, delivering this timeless message of, is this over for real, showing all chances, changes, possibilities, probabilities, and the most likely outcome, grouping the viewers into 3 distinct groups of 1, 2, and 3. Channel through me into these cards. Okay, so timestamps are going to be in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead first with pile 1. Okay, so this is pile 1. I just want to say briefly that that you were attracted to, so I'm part Native American, and this is a very old, you can't see, there we go, Native American, almost like a snuff box. So inside, something ceremonial would have been kept, perhaps some kind of tobacco or snuff. Tobacco is very sacred in Native American rituals. So I'm getting the feeling though that this is this could be some kind of connection that had some kind of secrecy to it, because you know it has this sort of secret little compartment here, perhaps something a little bit addictive going on as well, because it's this like sort of substance that you would keep close to your heart that kind of has this effect on you, but that people don't know that you're necessarily doing it, or it's just your private kind of supply of something. I'm just gonna have some Powdarko. Sent to me by a client. It's a very ancient South American herb used to treat all sorts of things, cures all viruses, gets rid of inflammation, really good for women. But yeah, maybe you want to look into that, as I felt called. I mean, I take it a lot on the channel. So let's have a look though. Is this over for pile 1? I'm going to use other cards to clarify as usual. Well, the first card we have out is the Death card. I should have said don't watch these readings if you don't want to know, because my readings are always very to the point and I don't sugarcoat. But you know, the Death card can talk of endings, but it can also talk of transformations. We need to see what comes next. Oh, well, the Two of Cups is there, which is the card that you guys actually picked. And then we have the World, which is again the end of a cycle. And we have the Emperor. So as it stands, I'm still not totally sure whether this is a complete ending or whether this is something that might start back up, because the Death card and the World card are both these endings that can then be transformational, that can then go on to have a new beginning, you know. But with the World card, there is this feeling of completion. There is something here that's being completed, and it's, I feel, a romantic connection, which makes sense. I feel like there's something very passionate, very intense going on here, but it could have been something that was maybe a little bit secretive. There is the Divine Masculine card, the Emperor here. The Divine Masculine is present, so this could be a counterpart for you, either soul connection or twin flame, or however it resonates for you. but this person was like your ideal kind of partner. If you're the feminine energy watching this, if you're the masculine energy watching this, this is probably you. And remember, energy is not gender specific. With the Emperor card, there can be something here of being quite stubborn, quite fixed, and needing to put up boundaries. The Two of Cups is here, though, which does show this equal give and take and this kind of romantic connection. So I'm going to get some other cards to kind of clarify. I want these readings to be quick, but is this over for pile 1, or is this going to start back up? Whatever is happening, there has been an ending, a very definitive ending, and a feeling of it being over, and maybe that masculine energy being extremely stubborn. I want to know whether this is going to come back. So we have the Ten of Wands now popping out. So this is 3 10 cards. Tens are about completions. Ten of Wands is about putting down heavy burdens, and walking forward into a new passionate beginning, free of this baggage. So a lot of baggage has been put down. The Queen of Wands is here. This could be the feminine watching. This is a fire sign feminine energy. She's very creative. She's very good at manifestation. It could be that you've tried to get this connection to begin again through trying to manifest it. It could be that you have some kind of intuition about this that you're either listening to or not, but something here is telling you that, you know, it's necessary. These are too many cards, but actually the thing that's interesting is, because I was going to say the Ten of Wands, I'm going to take these. The Ten of Wands then has a restart with the Ace of Wands. So it's about putting down heavy burdens, having this kind of end point to this struggling, and then going forwards with the Ace of Wands, it kind of begins again with this fresh, new, passionate energy. So I do feel, especially with the Judgment card here, after the Death card and the World, this is the card of death and rebirth. So I do see something starting up again after a painful ending. You also have, and I felt this could be a twin flame pile, you have my twin flame card popping out, the Four of Wands, you know, with the Two of Cups, this shows me this is a deep soul connection that people feel equally about one another. With the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups, I see someone coming in here with an offer of love. I see wishes and dreams coming true, and I see happiness and things coming into balance for you. And the Sun card is here, so that is happiness. The only thing is that there needs to be a decision made here. So whatever this situation is, I feel like it's the masculine energy, because that's the Emperor, that's the person who's quite stubborn, quite fixed, very boundaried, kind of not wanting to make this decision that needs to be made. Not it's like they're planning and they're thinking carefully before making this decision, but I do feel that it's going to go in your favor. So whatever you want to happen, it is going to go in your favor. And I was saying here about intuition and this feminine energy of manifestation, and this is coming out again with the High Priestess card. This is the card of intuition. So I feel like the feminine is in her power. She's very intuitive. She has been manifesting this. She may be extremely frustrated because a masculine energy, and remember this is not gender specific, is being extremely barriered and boundaried and seemingly not making a decision on this, although it needs to be made. However, I feel in the background things are going on. I feel like these heavy burdens have been put down. I feel like there was a definite ending here, and I feel like it was the masculine who, from these cards, who, you know, look, the masculine is holding the feminine there, like he's just killed her or something. But it's, I think, meant to be that she's just died. But anyway, these are the Opera Tarot. But here in the World card, again, we see a masculine energy. So I feel like the masculine was the one who had the kind of say on this. Maybe they walked away. They're definitely being stubborn and in their power, but you are also being in your power if you're the feminine watching this. There is deep love here. There is a deep soul bond. It could have been that there was some kind of secretive energy or something very addictive here that needed to be balanced, but I see a lot of cards of happiness and offers coming in. And, you know, I can't, these cards did just kind of fall out in a lump, but the messages were answering the questions I had. So I'm going to take these. There is great happiness here. There is a feeling of reunion, of homecoming, of dreams coming true. I see the masculine energy coming forward and offering love. I see rebirth, new passionate beginnings, new sexual beginnings, new creative beginnings. It could be that you're both quite creative. Something has been put down, a burden that needed to be put down has been put down, a heavy cycle that you've gone through has come to an end, but there is this restart. So, I mean, that's quite a lot of cards, and I think it's quite a clear message. So I would say for you guys, is it over for good? No. But at the moment, and look, well, back of the deck was the Hierophant, which is the card of committed relationship. I feel like there was a necessary ending though for you guys, and it's something that you had to kind of go through. Look, the back of the deck of this one is the Empress. So we had the Emperor and the Empress. So the divine couple, counterparts, power couple. I do see you guys as having a deeply spiritual connection. This is probably the twin flame pile, if there is one. And as I said that on the clock, it said 11:11. You'll see that in the, have a look in the recording. So that is, I mean, yes, you guys are twin flames. Or some of you watching, the strongest energy of people watching, you are the twin flame pile. And it feels like it's a very, very definite ending, but it's going to come back around. I wonder how long it's going to take for you guys. Let me see if I can get some kind of indication of anything further. Or Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, and council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Well, those are just two cards to say, yes, this connection is divinely guided. But also I think that divine timing might be at play here. It's like there were lessons that needed to be learned, there were things that needed to be put down, there was maybe past baggage that shouldn't have been brought into this connection that needed to be left in the past. So because it's a general reading, it's quite hard to get timings. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon, and your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So we have a lot of earth energy here. So we had a fire feminine and an earth masculine, I feel, or just fire and earth energies here. This shows me that your hard work is paying off, but that for me means it could take a while. Your commitment is being tested. It's like your commitment to this connection is being tested, like your faith perhaps is being tested by this. It could be also that this person that you're asking about is in a commitment with someone else, and this is the burdens that they need to put down. But either way, you just need to have faith and have a practical plan about this. Maybe see things in a logical light, try not to be too emotional, try to be logical about it, try to restrain emotions, try not to react but to respond, and perhaps things will start resolving themselves by the next full moon. This is a timeless reading, but I would think about release work that you can do on full moons. I have a release moon ritual on this channel. Also, new moons, great time to manifest. So those are always important messages. Okay, I think that's everything I have for pile one, so I'm going to close down the energies. For pile one, if you want a personal reading, get in touch. I specialise in kind of soul connections and relationship readings. So thanks very much, and please remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon, like and comment and all of that to help with the channel. Much appreciated, and have a great day, everyone. Okay. So, pile two. Just have some tea. Okay, pile two. I just wanted to say about pile two, I'm part Native American, and you might have been drawn to this dolphin necklace. This is actually something from my childhood. It's Navajo. A lot of the dolphin tails have been broken, but it's still very special to me and very sentimental. So this could be a connection that has endured over time, that has perhaps had to weather a few storms. There have been some edges worn off. You know, two people I always think of as squares that rub each other's edges off and become sort of like circles that fit together almost. I see something here of this kind of slow erosion over time to make something fit, or just this idea of maybe some breaks that have happened or some difficulties, but there being this enduring beauty here. Also, you know, echoing that, this is my oldest deck of tarot cards, at least must be like 18 years old, from when I was reading tarot when I was pretty, like, you know, a teenager. And look, the cards are literally falling apart. I probably shouldn't use them in a way, but they always give me very clear messages, and they're the cards I use for myself when I need, different decks give different messages, but these are always very, I don't know, accurate, so I keep them because I really love them. I try not to use them too much. I don't read for myself very much, and I, you know, will occasionally use them on this channel. It's also missing the Six of Cups, which is my favourite card, so I always use other decks to clarify, but you know, you shouldn't really use a deck that's missing cards, so it's almost like these missing tails, but there's still something to be found there. They're still very authentic somehow. You know, this is right in the beginning of my journey with tarot. So some of that may be resonating with you guys. Let's see now. This could be about anything, but I feel like it might be a romantic connection that you're asking about, but it could also be a friendship with what I've just said about this necklace and stuff, or a relationship with a family member, really anything. I'm just going to have some of this. This is Pau d'Arco. It's an ancient South American tree bark that is very, very good for all sorts of things, curing viruses, lowering your sort of like suppressing a kind of immune response to things, like an overactive immune response. It's just very, very good, and gives great clarity of mind. I love drinking it during readings. It was given to me by a client. Okay, so now pile 2, please. Is it over for good? Pile 2. Okay. Is it over for good? Pile 2. Is it over for good? Pile 2. Is it over for good for pile 2? This is a very relaxing energy compared to pile 1. Pile 1 was very intense. I feel like what it is with you guys is something needs to come into balance. Let's see what is here. Oh, lovely cards. No, I don't think it's over for good for you guys. It's interesting, you have the Emperor like pile 1 had, so you could be dealing with someone who you consider to be your counterpart. It could be a masculine energy. Remember, energy is not gender specific, so that could be a female or whatever, but it's a divine masculine kind of energy. But it could be someone who's pretty fixed in they're pretty stubborn. And I feel like something is a little bit out of balance in this connection. One of you may be giving more than the other. There may need to be an equal give and take somehow. It could be financial, it could be emotional. It will be different for different people. There's also something here about new knowledge being gathered, or someone seeing things from a new perspective. If you're not in contact with this person, they are likely looking at you on social media. They're likely asking about you, asking mutual friends about you, trying to find out what's going on with you at the moment. However, I feel for most of you this is a committed relationship we're talking about here, because we have the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant. And if you're wondering if for some reason this is over, these are very good indications for this not being the case. These are both cards of happiness, of commitment, of, it could be even something as traditional as marriage, because the Hierophant is all about this kind of traditional kind of commitment or traditional force, like it could be university or something. But in a love reading like this is turning out to be, it's like you could be married, or you might want marriage. There's something here of wanting probably some kind of stable commitment, and maybe you're thinking, if it's not given, should I give up on this connection? But I do see, you know, you can see these two people with this child, so you could have children together, you may want children together, but either way there is the possibility for these very committed energies in this connection, and it feels calm. Like pile 1, you guys also have the Sun card, so this is showing me a lot of happiness. And in this deck, the Sun card is really about the Heros Gamos, the sacred marriage of the opposites of masculine and feminine energy, which creates this child. So this could talk of pregnancies, of children, of creating a new project together, something like this. And Page of Cups, I do see a love offer coming in for you. It may also be an apology. So if you've had an argument with someone, perhaps you're in a committed relationship and you've had an argument and you're wondering if this is over, I would say no. And it could be an argument about balance or money or something not being like, you know, fair in the connection. But I see really good things here for you guys. It's more about like someone needing to like maybe see things from a different perspective. Back of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Again, we have fire energy here, we have earth energy here, and we have also air energy and water energy. So we have all of it. So you could be any of those things, but you could be dealing with a masculine fire sign or a masculine earth sign. But no, I see apologies, I see love offers, I see commitment, I see happiness. So let's just see if there are any other messages for pile 2. That's a lot of cards. Hang on, let me just shuffle these well. Any other messages for pile 2? Look, I love using 2 decks. The Hierophant twice. So I don't know, guys. Are you going to get married? Is this about wanting to get married to someone? Because there is the potential for that there, and there is this real commitment here, and this kind of higher spiritual connection perhaps. I don't see anything here for twin flames necessarily, but I do see this as someone who makes you very happy, who's very solid and committed to you, and who likely gives you a feeling of extreme happiness that could equate, you know, be like a soul connection. I see family values here. I see commitment. This is lovely. I'm so pleased that both piles so far have been a no, it's not over for good. And interestingly, sometimes I look at the reason I have this here is sometimes I see different constellations which give me different kind of meanings or whatever. And here there's one called the Breastwork, which I have never ever seen before, although I look at this all the time. And for me, that's making me think again about children and breastfeeding and things like this. So I feel like you guys have the potential definitely for a child. Let me know how this is resonating. Pile 2, anything further? 3 of Pentacles, that's really good, and the Knight of Swords. So someone charging towards you with some information, with communication. I feel like it probably could be an apology. With the 6 of Pentacles to the 3 of Pentacles, I see that there was something unbalanced for you guys, and that might be what this argument is about, or what you're wondering about. There may be something with money that's really stressing you out, like one of you feels like you're giving more than the other and it's not fair, and like one can't give enough or something like this. But with the 3 of Pentacles, this is to show me that you guys will work really well together. You'll be able to collaborate on things together. You'll be able to help each other out. You'll be able to work together. So that will be totally resolved. Let's see if there's anything further from the Oracle cards. Great messages. I'm so pleased. Anything else for group 2? Oh my god, you're definitely getting pregnant, guys. Back of the deck is boundaries in reverse, but I think that's not relevant. But look, Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? I feel like this pile, there's a chance for pregnancy here. But also thinking about your inner child, thinking about, you know, if you are sort of like pregnant or just had a child, it might be bringing up like childhood wounding within you to be addressed. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. So I do feel like if you're wondering like, how are we going to get over this argument, or are we ever going to resolve things, it's very much within reach. It's telling me it's quite soon, and it's telling me that you're going to gain new insight, new information. Someone's going to come in very quickly and offer you something, or give you an apology, or give you some information. Could even be like a proposal here. So that's really nice, guys. So I'm going to leave that there because I think that answers your question. And here we have a new romantic cycle begins. So I do feel like, yes, no, this is not over for good. This has got a lot of potential. And maybe you guys were just watching this reading because you're subscribed to my channel, but you're in a very happy place in your relationship. Or maybe you were asking about something to do with work or something, but it's just given you this reading because it's the more important energy is that your connection is super strong and perhaps you're going to get pregnant. By the way, if you're not necessarily wanting to get pregnant at the moment, perhaps you guys should use like contraception, because I do see a lot of cards here for like families and commitment and pregnancy, so just be aware of that. All right, pile 2, thanks very much as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, it really helps me out. Like the video, comment, share, all of that stuff. And I will see you in a week's time with another video. All the best to you. Okay. Okay, so hi pile 3, you were attracted either to this card or perhaps this necklace. I'm part Native American, and this was a necklace that I bought when I was in St. Louis from, I think it was a Cherokee maker. It's very, very beautiful, embroidered. There's something here about beauty and surface, and not in a superficial way, but like maybe that if this is about someone, you're asking about someone, you guys could look like nice together, or I don't know, they're just being something about something being adorned, I feel. Also, I gave this as a present to my mother to protect her for a while, and then I actually felt like I needed more protection, so asked if I could have it back for a bit. So this could be about like a connection where you've really helped each other out somehow, or there being some like protective element going on, or if you feel like it's over, it could be because your spirit team or angels have stepped in because it's not in your highest good, and it's like actually protecting you from this connection. We'll have to see. Maybe some of these things are significant to you, so I like to say them. I'm also seeing a lot of green in this, which again is sort of heart chakra. It's very beautiful, isn't it? I might put it on, you know. I didn't do that with the other piles, but I don't know. Okay, so maybe I need a little psychic protection or something from this pile. Right, let's start the reading then. So, and it is making me think of this story. I don't know why. Sometimes I tell stories and it makes sense to people watching, so I feel like it's good for me to do this. I have this Mother Mary necklace, which I actually used in another reading, which I found on the back of a piece of furniture where my canary, Rubicon, had been sort of like where his cage was for a while, and then I moved where he was, and I found, he's actually in this room with me now if you hear him singing, and he does get to fly around, just in case anyone's wondering about that. But anyway, I found this necklace down the back of a piece of furniture, and it was interesting because it's something from my childhood, and I used to find it very protective to wear it, and then I kind of got into lots of other things. Obviously, I'm not really religious in a traditional way anymore, but I still believe in angels and stuff. But when I found it again, I was like, ooh, I feel like I should probably put that back on, and it felt very protective. And at that time, I kind of lost contact with someone that had been in my life, and I feel like it's not a coincidence. I feel like it was almost like protective. It's like protecting me. So I am getting this feeling of like you guys needing to perhaps protect your psychic space. If you do have any kind of like jewelry that you feel is protective, if you wear like an amulet or something like that, you know, it could be significant. It could also be a message for you to like give those things a cleanse, either with some sage, some bear root, some Palo Santo, crystals, some salt in a bath. Just give it a little cleanse. You can also cleanse with sound. as a way of cleansing. I'm just going to have some of this Pau d'Arco. It's a bark that you boil up, and it's very good for clarity, but it also cures lots of viruses and is just so good for you in all ways in terms of health. So maybe also you want to think about like nutrition. Maybe you're missing some nutrients. I'm getting like a load of messages for you guys before I even begin, so do let me know how it resonates. Okay, now let me just connect in. Pile 3, you seem quite like I need to give you a load of information. Okay, pile 3, is it over with them and the person they are thinking of? Can we have some clear messages? Pile 3, is it over? Ooh. Okay. So definitely there is some kind of something coming to a close here where some burdens are being put down, something that has been stressful and it's been going on for a while, and it's been extremely tiring, maybe a lot of battles. There is this feeling of this thing being completed. Now the World card is usually a kind of card of happiness and completion, but it does show the end of cycles. And in this card, I've always felt like the World card is a little sinister. Like if you look at the imagery here of these chains, and I just feel like this could be a connection where you felt very bound and chained and very, maybe a lot of karmic cycles. Maybe that's why I'm thinking of protection. Maybe there is a need to protect yourself, protect your energy. Perhaps you've been carrying this person for a long time and you're being asked to kind of put down the burdens of that. I feel like the viewer is coming out as the Empress energy. Remember, energy is not gender specific, but this is like divine feminine energy. And it's also the energy of someone very nurturing and very caring. So I do feel like you were carrying a lot for this person and for this connection. It may be you, as this is a feminine energy, and I feel like the viewer is a feminine energy, not gender specific, but it may be you that is the one who's making the choice here and thinking, do I want to go to kind of experience new things? Do I want to expand my horizons? Do I want to have more? There's a choice here being made about whether this is the end totally or whether there's more to be had from this connection. With the Hierophant being here, which is the High Priest, I do see that this was probably a committed connection, or it has the possibility to be committed if you're wondering whether this person will ever commit to you or something. But I feel more so that you are in a committed relationship, but you've had to do a lot of the healing, because we also have the Queen of Cups coming up, which is this, again, this feminine energy that's very healing, very nurturing, almost like the mother energy. So I feel like the feminine energy in this is the one doing a lot of the work and having to heal a lot of the connection. However, with the Queen of Cups, this is a good indication of this connection having a lot of healing potential and a lot of happiness there. The Page of Cups is here. This, I feel, is the masculine energy, and they're not as kind of perhaps spiritually developed or emotionally developed as their counterpart, as the person watching this. However, they are going to come forwards with some kind of an apology. So I feel like if there's been some kind of argument or just some kind of like ending because there was just this feeling of exhaustion and like, oh, will this ever get any better? I do see them stepping forward with an apology. So let's see what else. Is this over for good? So far, all three piles, I feel like it hasn't been, but I feel like this pile, it's kind of like up to you whether or not you take this. We do have the Six of Swords, which does show the idea of healing, but it also does show the idea of moving away from something. So this could be that you guys move away from whatever tricky situation you're in towards calmer water together, or it could be an indication that actually you decide that for your healing and for the best thing for you, because look, it's coming out directly kind of below this Two of Wands, which is you making the decision. You're deciding whether or not to leave this connection in the past. And I feel like saying to you, for this group, it doesn't have to be over at all, because I feel like someone's going to make an apology. I feel like someone's going to realize that you've been doing a lot of this emotional work and they're going to come towards you. But you may decide for yourselves that you prefer to go on to something new. You know, sail into new unknown waters with that Six of Swords. What's the future of this connection? Obviously this is like a general reading, so might be different for different people, it might be split. All I can say is that there was some kind of ending to do with burdens and barriers, and the idea of, there's a lot of confusion, and the idea of like having to put down something heavy, and I feel like it's going to be in the people's watching's decision that whether or not they take it forward. But the person they're asking about is going to step forward with an apology and an offer. So what's the future? So again, we've had the Sun card in all three piles. So there is a bright future here for you, either with this person or without. There's a lot of fears to be worked through with this moon energy, the moon card. Look at my channel for new moon intention setting and full moon release video rituals you can do. I recommend that. But yeah, if you work through the fears, there's a lot of happiness here in this connection. What's the future of this connection? It's like there's a wobble. There's like a wobble. Look, now the Three of Wands. So that's interesting because it could be that you guys are long distance as well, because we go from the Two of Wands, which is like thinking, what should I do, making a decision, to the Three of Wands, which is acting and moving forward and making a plan and strategizing. So there is movement here with whatever it is that's causing you this indecision. Oh my god, Two of Wands again. That's crazy. I think that's just showing you, and I love using always multiple decks for this reason, I think it's just showing you that maybe now both of you need to make a decision, because now we have the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Either way, there's a decision that needs to be made about whether or not you stay with this thing or you move to something in the future that's different for you. I feel like it's a long-term committed relationship and you're just not sure whether there's more in this, or whether it would be better and more healing to go on alone, because there's a lot of healing that has been involved and there's a lot of feminine energy involved in the healing, and the feminine is tired of carrying this. However, I see happiness here for you, whether you stay in this situation or not. I feel like it's up to you guys, and it's not set in stone. I just want to say you can have happiness with or without this person. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. See, that's about what do you want. The person watching this is the one who is in charge of this. And then we have sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Yeah, this is divine feminine energy. This is showing that you are this kind of healing person. You are this person that creates all this beauty. It's all about you. It's about what you want, which is nice. I always try and say this to clients. Stop thinking about whether they want it. Do you want it? Stop thinking about how they feel about you. How do you feel about them? This is the same kind of thing. It's like, do you want this thing still? You can have happiness in this thing or in new things. Don't be afraid to leave this because you're worried if you'll find happiness elsewhere. But I do also feel like in this connection, there is a chance for happiness, but there may be this feeling still of, is there more out there? Is there something more? Do I want more? Is there something else for me? Even if you kind of make this connection, even if this connection heals itself again and you start again with it, you may always wonder if there's something more. Is there more? Is this it? Is there more? That's the feeling like I'm getting very strong. Like, is this it? Is there more? Take time to breathe out. That's telling me that you should just take some time to really think and actually work out what it is that you want. I don't think any decision has to be made straight away either. So don't react. Take some time to properly process this. I feel like maybe you're personally moving through a time of grief or difficulty where you're having to leave a lot in the past, leave a lot behind. And this connection will fall into place with your healing as it needs to. But you are the one who makes the decisions on this. And you can have happiness either way. So I hope that makes sense to you. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. It really helps me with the channel. I really appreciate it. Sending you the best and closing down these energies now. And I will be back next week for another reading. All the best.